Mahbod,
Yo,
how you doing, man?
I am chilling. I'm chilling. Thanks for talking to me. It's really cool to see people excited about Everpedia.
Yeah, we're looking to
Yes.
learn a lot more, hoping to find out not only about the airdrop, which is a big topic, of course, but also looking to learn more about how you guys plan to go about it, how you guys plan to um, beat out Wikipedia eventually. But let's start with the airdrop. What's the latest info we should know about the airdrop?
Oh my goodness, I don't even keep track anymore. The place to go for it is really the Telegram, and there's a pinned message on the Telegram. But there's so much excitement about the airdrop, and I mean, rightfully so. But like for example, on the Telegram, I'm kind of just always trying to get people to make pages. I think the most exciting thing about the site is to start your own wiki page. That's what got me into it, is just like I wanted my own Wikipedia page and suddenly I could have one. That meant a lot to me.
So if we start one for EOS Go, it's going to be automatically transferred when it's under EOS, right?
Yeah, well, so I think so right now you already get IQ on the site, but the IQ right now is just the same as like you get on Rap Genius. It's just like kind of a point system. So how that's going to translate to tokens, I really don't know how it's going to work. But the tokens, I mean, it's a crazy technology. I think Larry Sanger put it very, very well in his talk at Token Fest yesterday, where he said this solves the problem of knowledge websites, which is that a contributor thinks that a centralized entity is going to own my work. And that's not going to happen anymore. Like we're going to have these tokens that represent ownership of the content. So it's going to change the ball game. So already we've already got a huge community and a lot of people who are invested in Everpedia. And you see things like for example, I was at demo day yesterday, and Justin Can, who's a big YC guy, he had hundreds of people invest in his new company Atrium just to kind of build a community around it. So there's other ways that you can try to incentivize community, but what tokens really are is just a tool. It's going to be a tool that I think is going to help to make my job a lot easier.
And essentially so for users of Everipedia, there's going to be that education there, right? Like you said, people think that there's a centralized, pretty much gatekeeper of knowledge. And now that changes where not only is it available for everyone to edit, but now for everyone to govern as well with the IQ token. Is that the concept?
That is the plan, yeah. And working the team, the blockchain team that we have is working very closely with the EOS team, and it's really cool that the founder of EOS is the guy who built Steemit, because like that was basically a first attempt at this, but we're trying to make it much better. We think that we can do an even better model of how a community can own a knowledge project.
And
So, sorry, Kevin. Just one question. Is there going to be the ability to blog on Everipedia?
No, no,
Okay.
I mean it's an encyclopedia.
Okay.
and let's back up a little bit too. Go back to the who about you, Mahbod. What is your background? How did you get involved with Wikipedia? I know that you were with Rap Genius for a while. You helped
Yeah,
co-found that.
Genius, I would say, was in some ways the inspiration for Everpedia, you could say, because like Sam, who's younger than I am, he's the president of Everpedia. He was in college and he's thinking to himself, why is there like this bomb wiki site for rap, but the wiki site for Wikipedia, like, it's good, but it's so old and it's not Web 2.0. So he wanted to basically build the rap genius of Wikipedia. But then now some people are calling it a pivot. I don't like I'm saying, I don't really think it's a pivot to go to blockchain. I think blockchain is a tool that's going to help us do our job better. But as a blockchain enthusiast myself, I'm sure you can imagine how much I wish Genius would tokenize. I think if Genius tokenized, like, who knows what would happen? It would be totally insane.
And Genius was extremely successful. For those who are not aware, did you found Genius out of your college dorm room? What's the story behind that, and how did you How'd you work that out?
So I was working at a law firm, and Tom and Alon were working at Google and D.E. Shaw, respectively. That's a big hedge fund. And we kind of just started it for fun. We were just kind of doing it. We all had blogs, so we thought of this as an extension of our blogs. And then what made it seem really legit was getting into Y Combinator. Like at the time, Y Combinator was this holy grail. So it's kind of funny now. Like I think they let in like who knows how many every year. It's gotten a bit watered down.
But you guys were one of the most successful projects that came out of Y Combinator, and you were on the stage of TechCrunch in New York City, and then now you're involved in Everipedia. And now, how'd you come across Sam? How'd you get involved with Everipedia exactly?
Yeah, well, one final thing I'll say about Genius is also that Notice Genius is kind of doubling back down on the media side of the platform and shying away from the community aspects. So I think that might be where tokenization could have made a big difference. But so you're asking about Sam. I was giving a talk at UCLA, and I was kind of alluding to it before. I really always wanted a Wikipedia page. It was kind of my dream to have one, and someone had actually made me one in 2013, but Wikipedia deleted it because they said that I'm not important enough to have one. So I was giving this talk at UCLA, and then Sam came and showed me my Everipedia page. And he's like, hey, check it out. This is your Everipedia page. It's like your Wikipedia page. And I thought, like, I instantly was just like, this is really, really good. Because if I want one, I'm sure there's a lot of people who want one. So I thought this could be really, really big. So I was able to help him raise venture capital. So he let me come on as co-founder. And he had already started the site with Teddy, who's the CEO. And Travis, who's the CTO, joined the same time that I did. He kind of became the other dude who was helping them build the site.
That's pretty cool.
So
go ahead, Bluejays.
Yeah, so Mahbod, why do you think Everipedia is going to be the next Wikipedia?
Well, when we first started it, we kind of thought this is going to be the expansion pack to Wikipedia. It's basically all of this additional content built around the shell of Wikipedia. And like, for example, we have Wikipedia imported on the site.
Okay.
So we didn't start with a tabula rasa. We started with Wikipedia, and we're building on top of the Wikipedia import. But the tokenization aspect, I mean, the craziest thing about the tokenization, we haven't even launched the token yet, but 4 months ago, right when we announced the plans to do this, that made Larry Sanger join the company full time. And he's the co-founder of Wikipedia. So that's pretty insane. And he 100% thinks that he actually says that tokenization was basically contemplated. Like they were thinking something like this should exist in 2001 when they built Wikipedia.
Oh, wow.
But it just didn't exist yet. So now it finally exists. So he thinks this is his true culmination of his vision. And this is the guy who gave birth to Wikipedia, so.
Wow. Tokenization allows the contributors to be rewarded, right? The readers can reward the contributors for quality content. Is that right?
I don't think it's really like that. I think it basically is the tokenization represents that people own their content on the platform. And basically who is creating the content on the platform also gets to govern the platform. That's basically the mantra behind our tokenization structure.
So essentially the IQ token, the more of it you have, the more interested you are to not only keep the site updated, but also govern it as well.
Yeah, people, if someone asks is InfoWars an acceptable citation, and then we can set up a token vote. I'm not the technical guy, so I don't really know how the mechanics of it are going to be, but these boys are building it, and Steemit is a first iteration. So now the founder of Steemit is actually working on a better. I've heard he's working on a better Steemit. It's also going to be this governance based system. So what we're building is not just going to be for Everipedia. It's going to be the way that crowd knowledge sites work, hopefully.
Huh. That's cool. How the token would
hopefully Genius, like how cool would it be if Genius uses our platform? Like that would really be my dream come true.
There you go. Maybe you can be able to, once the Everipedia is successful, you can go over and say, hey, Genius, look at this.
That would be some true Moghadam incest, because it would be like my two children finally united.
And that's where the token gains its value, right? Is through the governance. And people will want these tokens so they can help govern the platform and have a bigger say on the platform.
Yeah, well, if we truly can become the next Wikipedia or become one with Wikipedia, then it could be a very, very powerful system. Hopefully a justly built, righteous governance system.
And you guys were one of the first to announce your use of the EOS blockchain, as well as how you're going to distribute your tokens as well. What was the deciding factor behind that, and what were some of the things that you were considering when you decided to go that route?
Well, for me, Sam, I don't really understand EOS. What I know about it, I learned from our developers, but everything they just tell me about is so cool. Like, for example, you don't have a QR code anymore. You just have an @ in your name, like on Twitter. So EOS is really trying to build a modern blockchain platform. So I respect that. One thing that Sam told me that really caught my attention and our team's attention right off the bat is that EOS is the most environmentally friendly choice because the site can be hosted on the tokens. So we are very, very excited to minimize the environmental impact, as we know the blockchain is going to use a lot of electricity. So if we can help to recycle, as it were, through EOS and minimize the environmental impact, that means a lot to us. And then Sam describes EOS as digital real estate. So like as a Persian, that definitely appeals to me. You know, we're just obsessed with real estate.
Yeah.
Well, and so you guys walk us through the funding process with the venture capitalists, with the system that EOS has set up. We have a lot of dApp developers and teams who are looking into that and trying to figure out how to navigate it. So what kind of advice can you give?
It's definitely good to pitch. I think one way that I heard it described is as it's like owning stock in a stock exchange and then subsequently getting a piece of all the IPOs on that exchange. So it is a revolutionary new structure for how things work. And I think I kind of see it as being sort of a hybrid of getting money from a VC and an ICO. I think this has the benefits and community building aspect of an ICO, but then you're getting your money from a VC. So an accredited VC.
And what was your process like in terms of gaining the funding? You guys built the product first. You had a working product, which isn't too common, unfortunately, in the cryptocurrency space. But you guys had a working product, and then what did you do after that?
We had some people in the crypto community who were already big fans of the site, and who had even thought about investing before we decided to tokenize. And then Sam has always been heavy into blockchain. He actually paid his way through college by mining Bitcoin from his dorm. So I think finally there was just a eureka moment. The DNA and the Block One team were very enthusiastic about it, wanting to see a tokenized Wikipedia. And we were like, yeah, you know, we're friends with the founder of Wikipedia. We might be able to pitch this to him. And they're like, yeah, that would be amazing. So we pitched it to Larry, and Larry's like, I'm in.
Okay.
He's also someone who was really into crypto from early on. He's really enthusiastic about the technology. Like I was saying, he felt like this is what Wikipedia is missing.
Do you have any numbers about the monthly active users on Everipedia at the moment?
It fluctuates around, up and down, about 3 million monthly uniques right now.
Wow.
Quantcast, we try to, like, you know, several times we've broken into top 1,000. We're usually hovering around top 1,000. But sometimes we'll get a huge viral hit or something, and things can go crazy. But
so essentially, you have the user base established to be able to vet this proof of this tokenization concept that you guys are going to launch, right? And that's going to be enough people to basically make this go viral when it gets there.
it's already happening. Just the fact that basically the EOS community is now the Everipedia community.
Yeah.
So our community and our number of pages and our number of contributors are just skyrocketing right now, and everyone on the team is just like really focused on training right now, training new users.
So that's a good point. So you did actually observe a increase in monthly active users since joining the EOS community.
Not just the traffic, like I'm saying, it's also about the actual size of the community.
Yeah.
Because even with a small community, we can get a lot of traffic just because we can we can fill the gaps that Wikipedia leaves.
And what kind of gaps are there? Or go ahead.
All over the place. Rappers is a huge gap. It's funny. Like I used to say, like, just like Rap Genius became Genius, we could have started Rapipedia and then become Everipedia, because like all of the biggest pages, I think the top 10 biggest pages of the site's history, 5 of them are rappers. And it's because, you know, minorities have a harder time getting on Wikipedia. So rappers tend to be minorities. And then journalists. Wikipedia doesn't cover news. So we launched Everipedia News, which is like a really, really necessary platform. We think of it as something that can help to regulate Reddit and Twitter. And we actually inspired Wikipedia to launch something called Wiki Tribute.
What is that exactly?
It's unclear, but it seems like they're kind of like recognizing that it's weird that Wikipedia doesn't cover news.
So rappers have a profile now on Everipedia.
A lot of rappers, I can tell you so many rappers who had their Everipedia page long before they had their Wikipedia page. And like, you know, they'll beat us in the Google search now, but we'll still come in second place. And we have a much better product. We build a much more interesting interactive page because we're Web 2.0. So
okay. Well, I think Kevin and I are gonna go on Everipedia and trying to find the Little John page on Everipedia. So we're interested in that.
Yep, almost.
Well, definitely. That will probably just be an import from Wikipedia. Like I said, we started by importing Wikipedia, so we have a bunch of stuff like that. But like I think the highest traffic page in the site's history is Cardi B. We had a page for Cardi B about a year and a half before Wikipedia had a page for her. And our page is just way, way better. To this day, our page is just like much, much better for Cardi B.
Cool. What would you say? What are the future plans for Everipedia? Where is it going in terms of drawing more users in? The average user will start on Wikipedia and they may not see anything wrong. How can we port them over to Everipedia?
Well, until we announced the tokenization plans, we had I don't think we had any Wikipedia people in our community. But now that is starting to change. Now we are starting to get a steady inflow of Wikipedia people who heard about it through EOS or heard about it through like crypto channels.
Is there any censorship on Wikipedia platform?
Yeah, well, I mean, Wikipedia has the notability requirement, so the vast, vast majority of pages that are created get deleted. For example, someone actually made a very nice, very detailed page about me in 2013, and it got deleted.
Interesting. And with the
it didn't even get deleted. I got actually redirected to the page for Genius. And it's funny because now Everipedia has a Wikipedia page, so it's like, why aren't you redirecting me to the Everipedia page? Like, do you guys realize how stupid your thing is? Like, why not just have more pages? Like, recognize. Think about how Facebook is. You know, like Facebook is trying to create a virtual world. So what about creating a virtual wiki world?
That's a good point. Yeah. And what should folks who are watching, what should they do next to get involved in Everipedia? What would you like folks to do?
Well, hit me up, because right now it's invite only. So you have to give me your email and I can send you an invite. But we have a Telegram group, and then we have a Facebook group called Everipedia Editors. But I know that crypto people hate Facebook. I still love Facebook. I'm never going to stop loving Facebook. I know they're stealing my data. I don't give a fuck. But we also have the Telegram group, and it's not hard. If you really want to join us, you can join us. But we're making it kind of tough. We used to just let everyone join, but we decided to kind of make it so that you have to earn it at least a little bit.
Seems to work. That's how.
We don't want to turn into Wikipedia. Like, it can't be like Animal Farm where the pigs start walking on their legs. So gotta watch out for that.
Well, yeah, and I'm excited to get the EOS Go page up on Everipedia, so we'll have to hit you up with our emails.
Yep.
And we're also excited to help other folks in EOS sort of get involved with Everipedia. It looks like a great. I love the GIFs on there, and the media. It's more media centric, is what I take away from Everipedia. It's more engaging.
Yeah, it's more fun. Just think about how much more fun the internet has gotten. And I was at the gym today. I was actually thinking to myself of the tragedy of Craigslist too. Like, any time that there are tens or hundreds of millions of people using an ugly, boring website, that's a tragedy. Because these are people who, if they were using a website that was just fun, they'd be having more fun. They'd be happier. So, like, all these people are using Craigslist, all these people are using Wikipedia, and it's just not as fun. Like, use Facebook. At least I think it's fun. Or, certainly I think that one, a lot of people won't agree with me, but I think everyone will agree with me. If you use Instagram, it's fun.
Yeah,
so
and
everything should be as fun to use as Instagram.
Everipedia looks great too. Anyways, thanks, Mahbod. We love talking to you and Everipedia, and we're looking forward to actually emailing you and getting a page for EOS Go up on there, like Kevin said. So,
Awesome. Well, thanks for having me on. Keep rocking, guys. June is going to be a crazy month.
Oh, that's
You're
right.
Great. It's going to be a lot of fun too. We're excited. Thank you, Mahbod. It's good to meet you. Thank you for coming on.
Great to meet you.
All right. Take it easy.